In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an AWS Free Tier account, provision EC2 instances, and how to connect to them. This will be hands-on, and I'll show you some of the basics. So when you go for that interview or just want to know a little bit more on how AWS works, you'll be able to say you know what EC2 instances are, how to provision them, as well as how to connect to them. As you see here, I'm at the AWS homepage. First things first, let's click on the sign up button at the top right. This will bring us to the registration page where Amazon provides users with 12 months of free tier access. Free tier on AWS is like a free learning opportunity to get hands-on with most of the major services, including Amazon EC2, Amazon S3, RDS, etc. After you fill out your email and create a username, click Next. After that, it's just going to be another form for contact information. I'm going to fill this out real quick and fast forward this part. You will need a credit or debit card to complete the setup. AWS won't charge you unless your usage exceeds the free tier limit. So you should see a login screen similar to this. Go ahead and sign in. The page that appears is the AWS dashboard. What we are going to do first is create our first EC2 instance. Click on Services at the top left and then EC2. If you just created an account, this page may not show up just yet. You may need to wait a few hours, and Amazon should email you notifying you that your account is ready. So here we are in our EC2 dashboard. Now let's start by provisioning a Linux machine using Amazon's Linux AMI. First, click Launch Instance. Click Select. We'll keep it free tier eligible for our instance type. Instance type means how big or small you want your machine to be. Most of these configurations we won't be changing, and we'll leave it as default. 8 GB of SSD. We'll allow inbound TCP on port 22, source anywhere. Then click Review and Launch, and then launch again. So next, we're going to create our new key pair. This step is important because we will need this key pair to SSH into our machines later on. On the drop down, select New Key Pair. I'll call this key pair Cloud Lab, and then after that just click on the download key pair button, and then after that click launch instance. So while our instance is initiating, a PEM file should have been downloaded into your downloads folder. This is your private key which will be used for authenticating into your machine. In order for us to SSH into our Linux machine, we'll need to install PuTTY-Gen to convert our PEM file into a private key file for PuTTY. Click Load and browse for your PEM file. Open it. Click Save Private Key. Click Yes. Name your private key, and then click Save. Now that you saved your private key, let's run PuTTY. We'll need the public IP address of the machine. Copy it into the hostname area of PuTTY. Go down to the Authentication tab and browse for the private key file. Then click Open. It may ask you for a prompt here, just click Yes. And then log in as EC2 user. And after that, you've successfully SSH'd into your Linux machine. So that's it for this video. I'll be putting out more deep dives on specifics as well as more advanced tutorials soon. See you next time.